So this review is going to be a little different. This isn't a full review of the game I'm going to be talking about today. This is kind of a mix of that series where I talk about games that I've gotten addicted to, games that have taken over my life, and I've kind of put a little bit of a twist on this because although I am addicted to this game, it's for a different reason than for most games. So a couple of years ago, my best friends and I went through, and by best friends, I mean my single best friend, we went through a very big phase of online multiplayer survival games that you could build a lot like Minecraft, right? Like the sandbox type of feeling. That's how I discovered Hightail. That's how I discovered that's pretty much it. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's pretty much where I discovered like The Forest and games that really have impacted me. One of our favorite genres of games is outer space. Games like Starfield looked really good up until release, and we all know how that game went. Games like No Man's Sky, again, looked really good, and then had a really bad launch, but is now a really great game. Games like that really impacted us, and we eventually stumbled upon, at the time, an alpha test for a game called Satisfactory. Now, Satisfactory has since then gone under a lot of changes, and this was actually the year it fully released, which to me was a complete surprise. I was not expecting this game to have a 1.0 launch at all, because from the last time I had heard this game, it went into beta, and that was pretty much it. Me and my best friend, we really knocked out everything that you could do in this game. There was just nothing really to do after a certain point, after a certain amount of time. It just kind of felt pointless. Ever since then, we haven't really touched the game. However, recently we've been touching it a lot, and it's, I was about to make a Diddy joke. I gotta watch what I say here, jeez. We've been playing a lot of Satisfactory. Now, the gameplay you're going to be seeing is going to be me touring the base of my best friend and some of the people that he's played the game with outside of me. Kind of tell from the gameplay, I was just in utter shock. This game has changed a lot. They've done a lot to add more of a gameplay loop. Feels like there's actually really cool things to do. Something I really liked about the alpha of Satisfactory, and something that always made the game stick with me, was just how realistic the machines are and a lot of the mechanics are. And obviously it's a video game, so there are a lot of things that are very much bullshit and don't make a lot of sense whatsoever, and we've discovered that very well. But there's also a lot of the game that just works. There's this sense of needing to explore, needing to continue to build different types of factories. You can build an entire nuclear plant and then die from the radiation. You can build something super high up in the air. You get attacked by all these different creatures that are honestly also kind of bullshit a lot of the time. You can unlock different weapons, and a lot of the time there are aspects of the game that actually take forever. We are now at a point where we can't really go forward, and we kind of have to wait. And it's just because of how often I can play with him and how often the other people can play. They do a lot of progress without me there, if I'm being honest, and I just end up usually hunting for animals that we need. But that's how I like my survival games anyway. People trusting me to build things is not a very good decision. Shit, in Minecraft I can build, but that's pretty much it. And hopefully if Hightail ever comes out, I will do the same there. Something about this game that I didn't really expect was for this game to feel alive. This game has that feeling. It feels like the world is constantly moving. Again, I am in a big continued world with a bunch of other people that can play at different times, so I naturally am going to have that feeling. It feels like a Minecraft realm almost, when you and your boys just have a huge server and things just ever change. But even without them, even when I'm completely on my own, just running through the world and they're off on the other side of the planet doing something, it just feels alive. Things move, things come out of the ground, things attack you, things have different territories. You enter hostile territories and it gives you a warning when you get hurt. Like, you will die so fast if you don't have good weaponry. You have hover packs, you have jet packs, you have these tubes that bring you all around the world, and it's just fun. This is one of those games where it's just such a blast to play, whether you're playing it by yourself, whether you're not really paying attention and you're just kind of mindlessly going through the motions and you got music on, or you're watching a YouTube video. This is the type of game that made me really fall in love with games as a kid. Satisfactory is genuinely everything I really like about games. Is there a story to follow? Yeah. Do I know anything about it? Absolutely not. And that's why I'm not calling this a review of the game. Maybe I'll start a new series here. Like, if you need a game to buy, or you just need a game to really kill some time in, just turn your brain off, build some shit, fight some shit, mine some shit, this is a really good game for that. If you and your friends need a new game to really play and really grind out, this is the game for that. You can grind this game really, really hard. You can build all these different factories. I mean, again, in the gameplay that is playing for this video, there is so much. I've played a lot with them and I still don't really understand anything. And it looks like Satisfactory is going to continue to be getting support since this is the 1.0 version. Again, I'm not really looking into it. I don't know how successful this game is. I don't know how the Steam reviews are for this game. Personally, I think this game really, really rocks. I think that this is such a positive game to play. Like I said, it's a game, it's a cheaper game, so there's a lot of things that just don't really make sense. But for the most part, when they're trying to be realistic with the factory systems, the water systems, the tubing, pretty much everything in that side of things from what I've experienced, it feels real and it feels good to play, and the gameplay loop is there. You want to keep building, you want to keep expanding, and yeah, you might die because this rhino looking thing might charge at you and kill you, or this plant might just spew out these bees that sting you and you die in 2 hits. I hate those fucking bees, by the way. Like, I'm genuinely never gonna watch the bee movie again because of this game, okay? Like, it actually makes me so mad. But just overall, the game is fun. It was a game that we've been able to play over the last couple of weeks to just kind of vibe to. You know, games nowadays take themselves so seriously. And although I love it, like, some of my favorite games this year have been games that take themselves seriously. Final Fantasy VII, Silent Hill 2, MFER, whatever the fuck. These games all have a very deep, serious story and narrative, but sometimes you just need a game to put on to just kind of kill some time. And Satisfactory does that really well. It genuinely is very satisfying. I can't believe I said that. I told myself I wasn't gonna fucking say that in this video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just, you know, I don't really have a lot of videos on the back burner right now. I'm really trying to get through MFER I cannot say that name for the life of me. But I do want to shout out Cord. I'm gonna say it in the MFER review that I do eventually when I finish that game, or the early impressions. I'm still deciding what I want to do. Somebody bought the game for me, which I just am still baffled by. Cord, if you are watching this video, I salute you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, another fun fact about the community growing is this thumbnail for today's video was actually made by someone that I ran into through one of the Reddit pages. So, you know, it's just sometimes this YouTube thing is just so cool, and I just want to really shout out Card here. I know, Card, double shout outs here, but Card, thank you for making the thumbnail, brother. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for the support recently. The support on the Game Freak video was really great. I mean, I feel like I really nailed it in the algorithm for making a video on time. Like I said in that video, I ran down from the gym to finish that video. But yeah, this one's a little more chill. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. If you've played Satisfactory, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the game as well in the comment section down below. Make sure to subscribe, and like I said, like the video if you found it somewhat entertaining. I'll leave links for stuff in the description like always, and I appreciate you guys so much. Peace out.